I was fortunate because my mom was fairly open for women in that era, and I could go to her with questions, but I guess because sex wasn't a huge topic, it wasn't really something you would talk a lot about. As we got older, though, I could go to her with anything. I could talk to her about anything I wanted to talk to her about. But back to when I was younger, and as a teenager, she could not stress enough to all us, and I had a large family, but to all of us, she would talk to us how the girls were always, you're going to be shamed upon if you have sex before marriage. It's okay for men, why is it not okay for women, pretty much. I mean, I knew she loved sex, but never told me that, but it just came across. Very sensuous, beautiful lady. So I think I was very fortunate to grow up with that. Helped me a lot. When I then had 2 daughters, and for me to share with them, to me, I can talk about sex like I can talk about food. It does not faze me, and I always kept it even more open than my mom did with me. So my daughters heard about it all the time. They had a shyness to talk to me about it, and even with what they learned in school, they would come home and share little things with me, and I would just try to expand upon it and to keep them talking, because they don't ever want to think that their parents are having sex. Their friends would come over and talk to me, and I would always encourage them, you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. Their friends would talk to me more than my own daughters would, but I knew my daughters were listening in the background, so they were learning without having to ask me the actual questions. So I kind of knew that, and then as they got older and into later teens, you know, then we started talking to more, and I encouraged big time the safe aspect of it. Use condoms and have safe sex, not only for pregnancy, but for STDs, and just being really careful.